Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda the Minish. My name is Mike, and we are in the Caster Wilds right now. We have to get through this swamp area in order to get to our next dungeon. And in the last episode we got the Pegasus boots, which allow us to dash. And dashing is how we'll be able to get across this murky water without sinking. If you try to go through it by simply walking, you will eventually sink and return back to your last platform. So the Caster Wilds are actually pretty difficult to get through because they're kind of messily designed, and I don't mean that in a bad way to make it sound like it's poorly designed. I mean in a way that's messily designed in that it's kind of a mess to get through, which kind of makes sense because it's a swamp and swamps are messy. And yeah, so it's pretty difficult to describe how you get around it. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if I get lost at points here, so excuse me if I do. Because you have these top paths here that you'll be going across, and you have the bottom part, and there's just so many places blocked. It's just difficult to describe how to get around here. And I wish I could give you a better explanation of this. But our goal here, if you remember some episodes back where I talked about gold kinstones that are necessary for getting through certain parts of the game, this is the first area where we'll be encountering that. And what we're going to need to find are 3 gold kinstones in order to actually get through this place. I could go to the end of this. I don't know what this Takey Shub is going to give us. We'll find out. Ow! Jerk. We could go to the end of this, and I can show you, why we need gold kinstones. Like, I'm like, oh, I can't get through. Whatever am I going to do? But, oh, he's talking about arrows. So that's our first little clue that we'll be getting the bow and arrow pretty soon. And you're confused with this guy. Let's do that really quick. Oh, wait, those don't fit, dumbass. Those are the right ones. But yeah, this is the first area we'll be finding gold kinstones that I know will be required to actually use them. And in this area, we need 3 gold kinstones to move on. And that just opens a door somewhere in the Minish Woods. Okay, so I'll come back to that whenever I feel like it. God knows what's in there, but I think on that other door over there is where our first gold kinstone is. I'm not sure. I believe I'm not 100% sure of this. We'll find out once we finish. What? Oh, yeah, he's talking about the statue with the eye on it. So yeah, that's pretty much your clue that we will be getting the bow and arrow here. So yeah, there's no spoilers there. It's pretty obvious. But I'm pretty sure you get one of the kinstones at the top part of the swamp. I believe shrinking here. I think this just leads to a kinstone. You get one, and I'm not talking about a gold one. I'm talking about just a normal one. I'm not sure. But you get one at the top part of the swamp, you get one in the middle, and then one at the bottom. That's kind of something you might need to keep in mind, even though I'm not 100% sure of that. This is another kind of thing that I'm just kind of jumping into without really checking it out beforehand. So I feel like this is important though, coming across here, because they wouldn't make you go through the trouble of doing this if there's not anything important here. So let's see what is across this little river. There was a hole over here, so we're definitely going to be dropping down. Oh yeah, this is definitely important, yeah. I'm pretty sure you get one of the gold kinstones here after you defeat all these annoying enemies that run around a bunch. There are 2 variations of those things, the blue ones and the red ones. The blue ones seem to run around a lot more. The red ones seem to follow you. Like, oh, okay, we get the bow and arrow here, okay. So I'm glad we found that. I mean, regardless, it was something important, so. Yeah, the bow and arrow is not that useful of an item. Actually, we should unequip that because we need the Gust Jar. It's not that useful of an item in this game. Likewise with all the other 2D Zeldas. In my opinion, I mean, I think it's quite clear that the bow and arrow is a lot better and a lot more useful in the 3D games than than it is in the 2D games. I rarely ever use it in the 2D games. In fact, I probably should have gotten Gotten the boomerang. That's something I could have gotten before I came here, and there are some enemies that the boomerang would be useful, so... I mean, I could have gotten that in Hyrule Town. Come to think of old school Zelda items, but oh well, I'll get that after the dungeon. There's another hole we can get into, but we can't get across there. Minish Link can't get across this murky water, as you could probably guess. We're actually going to need to get our Pegasus boots back on. I could switch out my sword and put my other, because I'm not using my sword a whole lot here to fight enemies. But okay, here's going to be our first use of the bow and arrow, is this eye guy. And you shoot him once, and then he'll start to attack you. You see enemies like this in the Link to the Past. And they pretty much work the same way. Just takes 3 arrows, and he'll blow up, and he'll get out of your way. You'll see a few of these guys around the swamp that you have to get out of your way. These guys are called ropes. They're classic Zelda enemies. You see them a lot here. Then we have this. There's a little patch of blue water that we have to get across, so that's what we are aiming for here. And really, all you're gonna find yourself doing here is just kind of trying different things. My best advice is just explore it to its fullest. Explore this place to its fullest, because you never know where you're gonna find stuff. But then again, that kind of applies to the entire game as a whole. We have a little gravestone here, so we can push this out of the way if we want. But oh, the heartbeats. I forgot about that. But yeah, we find another one of these sword instructors. And this guy's kind of in ghost form. I don't know what that's all about. Don't know what he died to. Apparently this was the first Swift Blade. So... we cannot talk to this guy until we have all 7 Tiger Scrolls. So actually, I think there are 8 of them now that I think about it. Yeah, there are 8 of them, including this guy. I think that's right. So... and... So that doesn't necessarily mean that there are 8 sword instructors spread about Hyrule, because if you watch the last episode, or a couple episodes back, I think it was the last episode, where I got another sword ability from the blade instructor from Hyrule Town. That's the second time we got a sword skill from him, but so it doesn't necessarily mean that there are 8 sword instructors spread around the overworld. You're generally going to be learning most of your moves from the one in Hyrule Town, but there's also one in the Castle Garden, which we saw a couple episodes back, and then there's this one in the swamp, which we have to get our final sword skill from. So, yeah, we'll, of course, be coming back to him once we get our 7 Tiger Scrolls. And then let's get rid of this guy. This is the second of 3 of these guys that we have to get rid of. Still haven't found a gold kinstone yet, which is kind of odd. I feel like we should have found one by now. And this leads back to a place we were at the beginning. We'll eventually have to get up there and float. And actually, that's what getting rid of that guy does. Climb up here. And really our only choice is to float across this water. And yeah, I believe this will lead to our first gold kinstone. In this cave here. And this should be it. So yeah, not much to getting that one. Just gotta get to it and go in and, you know, fight ropes if you want to. And we're taking back there. So actually, oops, I didn't mean to shoot that. I meant to use my boots. I also could have gotten another bottle. There are a few things I could have gotten in the town that I probably should have gotten. So I feel bad about that, but oh well. We'll be getting a lot of new items after we're done with this dungeon. Okay, since I've gotten here, I might as well show this. This is what we'll be using the gold kinstones for. Unfortunately, this one doesn't fit for the first guy. It's gonna be one of these 3. You have these 3 statue guys, and when you fuse with them, you can see that stone block in our way that is in the way of the passageway that leads to the next area, which the next dungeon's in, so we need to get rid of this. So when these guys stomp the ground, it'll crack it, and once all 3 of them stomp, it will get rid of it, and we can move on. So that's the whole point of getting 3 gold kinstones for this area. So I've pretty much explored the majority of this place, which is already showing how difficult this place can be to actually get around in. I'm still missing 2 kinstones. There's a chest up there. I don't know how to get up there. Okay. Let's go back to where we were down here. Ow, get away from me. Okay, let's go up here. I want to get over to that chest. Okay, yeah, there's a guy who can shoot at, so let's do that. Get the arrows out. It's also like this. There's just so many paths in this way, and you gotta keep notes of all the different passageways you can take. You just gotta remember, oh well, there's a path up there, so might as well do that. Get rid of that guy. Let's go here first. And yeah, first time we pick up arrows. Right now we can hold up to 30, and there will be upgrades. I don't think this is gonna be a gold piece. Yeah, it's a blue one. So. Oh, likes, get away from them. Those kind of came out of nowhere from the grass. I forgot there were likes here. Okay, there's a door we haven't been in yet, so let's go into here. This should lead to a gold kinstone. There's not much else ground that we can cover. Oh, is this the one where we fight the dark nut, isn't it? Yeah, this should be it. This, ladies and gentlemen, is where we will encounter our first dark nut. That's a chest to tease us with. And dark nuts, as tradition in the Zelda series, they're some of the most difficult enemies to take out. They do a lot of damage. And the ones in this game, they'll attack and they'll be kind of immobilized for a short time, and that'll be your chance to attack them. And these are going to be pretty annoying to take down, especially later on we'll be fighting multiple dark nuts at once. That's when these guys are really tough. When you're fighting just one, they're not that bad at all because you don't have others to worry about. Your roll attack is your best friend here to get to them quicker. So this takes a lot of dodging and just a lot of quick moving. This can get annoying just because you're like, you're waiting for them to attack. I actually tend to find bombs useful in these guys, but more so when there's multiple of them. When there's one, I'm not gonna mess with them. I don't know really how you trigger them to attack. I guess you just attack them yourself and they'll try to attack back, and that's their chance to counter-attack, so to speak. But yeah, defeating that will get us a gold kinstone piece. You'll be seeing a lot more of those guys later in the game, trust me. They can really become a nuisance later on. For some reason I think there's a bomb on the wall here. I don't know why. No, okay. I don't know why I thought there was. Eventually, when you're searching for kinstones, you're gonna be just like blindly going around all over the place and trying to find invisible bombable walls. Okay, so that was the middle kinstone piece. So I think I am right in what I'm saying about the kinstone pieces, the gold kinstone pieces being placed at the one at the top of the swamp, one at the bottom, and one at the middle. We've gotten the middle one, we've gotten the bottom one, so all there is left is the one at the top, so I believe all we have to do is just get to the beginning of the swamp. Yeah, we have to get this guy out of the way. So yeah, that's another thing that I've noticed about this, is that for each of the kinstone pieces, you actually have to get rid of one of these statue guys, I think. Actually, the second one, the only reason we got rid of him was to get to that blue kinstone piece. So... But yeah, you do fight 3 of those guys. So this should lead to our last one. Yeah, right over here should be the last gold kinstone. Alright, so... I will see you back at the statues, and we will fuse with the last couple of them. Damn you, Ice Cream Man, you have to be out in the neighborhood when I'm recording. Oh, I could really go for some ice cream right now. It's fucking hot today. Oh man, okay, so we have our 2 kinstones. Let's fuse with these guys. I'm gonna have to get me some ice cream. I hope he comes back, because I don't know, I kind of like the stuff. I know it sounds childish, but I kind of like the stuff that Ice Cream Man carries, because he carries stuff that, you know, you don't get in stores. Like those cartoon character things, and flavored cartoon characters with the gumballs taking place of their eyes or whatever. I love those. I've loved them as a kid, and I still eat them now. I will freely admit to that. Anyway, yeah, once all those three guys stomp the ground, the rock goes away, and this is our last area. This is a pretty short area, and we will be going across. Oh, there are levers here. Yeah, we get introduced to levers in this place too. This is a pretty short area, so we will be starting on the next dungeon next time. And yeah, that is what we're going to be doing. This is Micro2and7, and I'll see you in the next episode of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap. Peace. I need some ice cream.